Hey Wolfpack, welcome to our assembly today. Today we're going to talk about an important topic, cyberbullying. And together we're going to take some steps to help prevent cyberbullying in our school. So our agenda today is to, first of all, define cyberbullying, explore the impact of cyberbullying, recognize cyberbullying, some tips to help y'all stand up to cyberbullying, and then we're also going to look at our school policy, and I'll give y'all some time at that point to ask any questions you have. I put this quote over here from Rudyard Kipling. Sorry, I cannot talk today. It's a quote from the Jungle Book, and I think it really applies to us since we are the wolves. For the strength of the pack is the wolf, and the strength of the wolf is the pack. We're here for each other. We all can sometimes see ourselves as the lone wolf, but together we form that wolf pack, and together we are the strength. All right, so our first thing is to define cyberbullying. Cyberbullying is bullying that takes place using electronic technology. That includes electronic devices such as cell phones, computer, and tablets, and communication tools such as social media, text messages, chat, and websites. So to help us understand what cyberbullying is, we need to understand the definition of bullying. Bullying is any unwanted aggressive behavior among school-age children that involves a real or perceived power imbalance. The behavior is repeated or has the potential to be repeated over time. Now, I know a lot of y'all came to this school because of bullying in your brick and mortar settings. And I would like to think that bullying doesn't happen in our school because so many of us have experienced it in other settings. But unfortunately, we're not exempt. Just because we've experienced bullying doesn't make us exempt to it. And cyberbullying is one of the latest forms of bullying that's taken place. So it's really important that we understand what's going on. So I've got some data and facts that I want to share with y'all. 25.5% of the online harassment comes from mean comments that people make. 35% of students shared a screenshot or a photo with the intent of laughing at another person. 61% of bullying is because of the way somebody looks, their appearance. And 7 in 10 young people experience cyberbullying before the age of 18. 7 out of 10 young people. That's scary numbers to me. So cyberbullying, the majority of that seems to be taking place on social media. And I know you guys are using social media. You may not use all of the forms that are up here. I know it seems like most of y'all are into the Instagram thing now and YouTube. Glad to say cyberbullying on YouTube is still pretty low. But unless that reaches 0%, it's an unacceptable number. So we, as students at ISKS, we need to work together to get all of these numbers down to 0%, especially among our students. All right, so what's the impact of cyberbullying? When we look at this screen, a lot of you are probably going to recognize some of the things that have happened to you because of cyberbullying. If you haven't been bullied, look at these numbers. It's very scary, and the impact is huge. One of the reasons y'all are here, a lot of y'all are here, is because of bullying in your brick and mortar schools. And some of the bullying didn't take place in the schools. Some of it was in your neighborhood or possibly in your household. And the effects of that, some of you became withdrawn. You lost interest in school. You lost the trust of your school officials, your teachers, principals, counselors. Suffer from self-esteem issues, and you're afraid to make friends. You hide out in the virtual classroom. These are all very, very sad and devastating facts to me. Cyberbullying does have some serious impacts on self-esteem. 41% of people who were cyberbullied developed social anxiety. 37% developed depression. 26% had suicidal thoughts. And I know most of you in class have a friend or a peer or know someone who has attempted or succeeded at suicide. And if we looked into it, we would probably find that a lot of times it was because of some form of bullying. 26% deleted their social media profiles, 25% self-harmed, 25% stopped using social media, 20% skipped class. And you guys all know how huge attendance is in school, don't you? It's part of your grade. So if you're being bullied and that's causing you to miss school, that's not good. So we've got to get all bullying under control so that we all feel comfortable coming to school. 14% developed eating disorders and 9% abused drugs or alcohol. All right, so what can we do? What can we do to help prevent cyberbullying? Well, one of the first steps is recognizing the forms of cyberbullying. And I know as young people, not kids, you guys are teenagers now, you're not kids. I know that as young people, young adults in our communities, you guys are pretty advanced as far as using technology. You use the social media sites, you know how to edit things and upload pictures and do all of these crazy things, but you might not recognize the forms of cyberbullying. So it's important that we look at these so that if you see it, you can recognize it and then you can call it out and let us know. All right, so one of the forms is exclusion. That's where you're deliberately excluding people from an activity, either online or in your conversations. Harassment, sustained and intentional bullying comprised of abusive or threatening messages. This is where it's just constant, never stops. You just keep doing it. Outing, public humiliation through online posting of private or embarrassing information without consent. Cyber stalking, harassment of victims through online communications. Frapping, a new terminology for me, but I've seen it done. Frapping is logging into a child's social media account and impersonating them with posting inappropriate content. Fake profiles, these are created by the bully to hide their real identity with the intention of cyberbullying. Dissing, sending or posting cruel information, photos, screenshots, or videos online to damage someone's reputation or friendship. Trickery, gaining a child's trust so secrets can be shared online. Trolling, deliberately provoking a response using insults. And catfishing, stealing online identities and recreating a fake profile for deceptive purposes. So these are all the different forms of cyberbullying that are out there. But what can you do? What could you really do as a teen to help stop cyberbullying? Well, we got to stand up to cyberbullying. And we've got some tips here from Samir Hidanju. I can't say the names, but a couple of PhDs that put together some tips to help you guys prevent and stand up against cyberbullying. So the big thing is, don't be a bystander. Stand up to cyberbullying when you see it. Take action to stop something you know is wrong. And here's a list of top 10 tips to help you do that from these PhD experts right here. Number 1, report it to the school. If the person being cyberbullied is someone from your school, report it to the school. Even if it's not happening during school time, let us know. Many of us have anonymous reporting systems. We don't have one specific in our school, but you can still just let us know anonymously. Send an email, give us a phone call, tell us during class, let us know. Next, tip number 2 is to collect evidence. Take a screenshot, save the image or message, or screen record what you see. It's easier when you tell us if we can see what's going on and have proof of what was actually being said. Report to a site, app, or game. All reputable online environments prohibit cyberbullying and provide easy tools to report violations. Don't hesitate to report. let us know. Talk to a trusted adult. Even if you don't feel comfortable coming to a school official, a teacher, your administrator, counselor, social worker, talk to an adult that you trust. Develop relationships with adults you can trust and count on to help you or a friend when you experience something negative online. And this could be your parent, a teacher, counselor, coach, a family friend, your preacher, your rabbi, anybody, any adult in your community that you feel comfortable speaking to. Next, number 5, demonstrate care. Show the person being cyberbullied that they're not alone. Send them an encouraging text or snap. Take them aside at school and let them know you have their back. So if you see something going on, you see one of your friends being bullied in school, not only do you want to let us know, but let your friend know that you've got their back. Let them know that you're there for them and you're going to help them through this situation. Right? Number 6, work together. Gather your other friends and organize a full court press of positivity. Post kind comments on their wall or under photos they've posted. Encourage others to help report the harm. There is strength in numbers. Remember, even if you think of yourself as the lone wolf, we are a wolf pack. We have strength in numbers. So if you see cyberbullying, report it to an adult and stand behind your peers. Gather strength. There's strength in numbers. Come together to help your friends. Number 7, tell them to stop. If you know the person who's doing the cyberbullying, tell them to knock it off. Explain that it's not cool to be a jerk to others, but say something. If you remain silent, you're basically letting them know it's okay to do it. Okay. Now, I'm not saying put yourself in harm's way. If you fear that the bullying could, if it could result in yourself being bullied, don't confront the bully. But if it's one of your friends and you see them if you see them being a bully of any kind, tell them to knock it off. That's not how people are supposed to act, and it's not respectful. So tell your friends if you see it, tell them to knock it off. Number 8, don't encourage it. If you see cyberbullying happening, don't support it in any way. Don't forward it. Don't add emojis in the comments. Don't gossip about it with your friends. And don't stand on the sidelines. Don't become a bully by becoming part of the problem. Stay safe. Don't put yourself in harm's way. When your emotions are running high, resist posting something that may escalate the situation. Don't hang out online where people are cruel, and never physically threaten others. So don't be part of the problem. Don't react. Give yourself some time. Think about it. Talk to an adult. Let us know what's going on, and let us work with you to remedy the situation. And number 10, don't give up. Think creatively about what can be done to stop cyberbullying. Brainstorm with others and use everyone's talents to do something epic. You guys are such amazing people, and I've seen y'all come together numerous times to face challenges and overcome obstacles. You didn't come to the virtual school because you can't overcome obstacles. You came to us because you're always looking for creative ways to overcome any obstacles that are thrown in your path. And if you're being bullied or you know of bullying, use that creativity that I know you have to stop it, to put an end to it. All right, so I've given you some tips. We recognize cyberbullying, but I also want to make y'all aware of our school policy and procedures. This is straight from your handbook, this year's handbook. Inside Kansas has a zero tolerance policy towards intimidation, harassment, bullying, fighting, and racial and or sexual harassment, as such actions are considered violent acts against others. These behaviors cannot be tolerated, and the natural consequence is to be barred from interactions with others. Okay, very strong wording there. We will not, cannot, and won't tolerate any type of bullying in our school, including cyberbullying. So if you see it, say something. If you're a victim of cyberbullying, say something. We can't stop it if we don't know about it. So let's support each other. Let's come together as our wolf pack power and use our wolf pack powers for the good of our school and stop the cyberbullying. All right, guys, I hope I got the information out there that you need to be able to stand up and support each other. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, please let me know. I'd be happy to take any of those questions and address those concerns for you. But just remember, we're all in this together. We're here to help you. If you have any concerns or if you're being bullied, reach out, let us know. We want to fix it and solve the problem. Thank you guys for listening to me today. Bye.